Hi again, welcome to Phoenix English. I'm Omid. Today's lesson is the causative. Now, I get asked many times how to construct and use the causative structure. First of all, what is a causative? You're wondering. If you have someone do something for you, then you're using the causative voice. For example, if you have the waiter bring you a glass of water, this is a causative. If you have your hair cut, that is a causative. The difference, active and passive, we will look at that in a moment. First thing we need to do is understand how to construct this sentence structure. So we're gonna have, I broke it down into little pieces, everything that you can understand. The difference between a causative sentence and a regular sentence is we use an agent in the causative. We have a subject, we have the causative verb, we have the agent, the person or thing that is going to do something for you. We have the verb, and we have the object. So first, the causative verb. There aren't that many that you will use. These are the four most common ones: have, make, let, get. There are others, but the others are so obvious that we don't need to worry about them too much. Like ask. He asked someone to bring him something. It's very clear. I think most people know how to use it. It's these four that give people problems, especially these three. Why? Because I'm going to use a base verb with them. With get, I'm going to use an infinitive verb, to verb. Okay? So again, subject, I for example. Had, you can go past. Whatever tense you're looking for, future, past, present, this is going to take the tense, not this. Your causative verb is going to take the tense. I had someone. I have or I'm having someone. I will have someone cut my hair. For example, I need a haircut actually now that I think about it. So, I had the barber, in this case, cutting hair. Cut, base. My hair, object. Okay? The main thing to remember is that the agent can be a person or a thing. Okay? I had, well, we'll talk about that in the passive. I had the package delivered. That's object still. I had the car drive to somewhere else. It's a little bit strange if you have an automatic car. I'll think of a different example for you after that, okay? But agent, person, thing. Object could be direct object. The person, it could be indirect object. So it's a thing or a person. What or who. So I had the barber cut my hair. Now, what do these mean, these four verbs? These three, have, make, and get, basically mean cause. You're causing someone to do something, but you're wondering, okay, all of them mean cause. When do I use which one? Right? It's a little bit of a nuance, very subtle differences. When you have someone do something, basically you're commissioning them, you're paying them. I will have the painter paint my house. I will have the mechanic fix my car. These are services. You're paying someone to do something. I will make someone do something. You're a little bit forcing them, right? I will make my little brother clean my room. Why? Because he's my little brother, I'm bigger than him, and I can make him do things, so I will. Get. Get is more like convince. You persuade someone to do something for you, right? I will get my sister to do my laundry. Why? Because she's nice, and she likes me, and I know how to speak to her, that's why. Let is basically give someone permission. So very clear. Have, make, get, causing it in its own way, let, allow. Okay, then this. All of this is the active causative. We make someone do something. But we can also use the passive causative, in which case we have the subject, we have the causative verb again, we have the object, next, and we have the verb in a past participle form. Notice that I didn't include the agent. You can include the agent. Usually it's obvious. You don't need to, right? So if I had my hair cut, who did it? The barber. Do I need to say it was the barber? No. You understand that, right? So the agent is optional. I'll put it in brackets, in parentheses. Now, keep in mind that you will only use have and get in the passive causative. You could use make and let, but the structures will be a little bit different, and it's a little bit uncommon to see these structures. Very common to see have and get. I had my hair cut. Now, cut is a little bit confusing because it's an irregular verb. Present tense cut, past tense cut, past participle cut. Okay? I had my homework done for me. Means I had somebody else do it for me, okay? I didn't do it. Somebody else did. I got my car fixed. Who? The mechanic fixed it. I got my car fixed. Meaning somebody else did it. Now, all of this will be much easier to understand once you see actual example sentences. So let's practice them. So here we are. We have a few more examples to show you. Let's look at the active sentences first. Linda made her boyfriend cut his hair. Her boyfriend had long hair. She didn't like it. She said, "Cut your hair or I will leave you." So he was like, "Okay, fine, I'll go get it cut." So he went to the bathroom, cut it, everybody's happy. Cal let his friend borrow his car. Okay, you want to borrow my car? Sure, here you go. Let is a little bit easier. I think everybody, because of the idea of allow or give permission, this is much easier to understand. But it's still a causative because you have an agent, etc. Jane got her sister to sew her a dress. Jane is having her prom next week. She wants a beautiful dress to her prom. The prom, by the way, is at the end of high school. You have a big dance, everybody comes and dances and eats and celebrates. Everybody dresses really nicely. Jane needed a dress. She got her sister to sew her a nice dress because her sister is very nice. You should have the school call the boy's parents. Now your son is having a problem at a school. There's a bully. Somebody's beating up your son. You should have the school call the boy's parents and talk to them. Make sure they do something about this. Okay? So all of these are active. The subject is causing the agent to do something. Good. Here we have the passive. I only have had and get. Okay? Bill had his house painted. His house was getting old. He wanted it to freshen up. He wanted a new coat of paint. He could have painted it himself, but instead, he had it painted. Now, who painted it? Well, it was a painter, of course. I didn't mention it because it's kind of obvious from paint, right? I get my groceries delivered. Groceries. All the things from the supermarket that I need at home. I don't like to go to the supermarket and shop and carry all my things home. I call them. I tell them what I need, they deliver it. So I get my groceries delivered to me. Who delivers it? I don't know. I don't care. I have groceries. I'm eating. I'm happy. That was all for today. You can check my channel for more English videos to help you improve faster. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.